I don't even know how to properly explain this game. Like, I could stand here and tell you what Dread Delusion is, what you do, but that wouldn't really explain why it's been so ingrained in my mind. Because it's not just a game that I went out and played. It's something that I felt to the very core of my being. And it made me realize something that I haven't really thought about in a while, that video games are art. And Dread Delusion just uses that blueprint to perfection. I've been thinking about this a lot recently, especially after spending so much time with the game, because it doesn't grab you the way that most games nowadays are trying to. It's not there for your attention 24/7. It just kind of exists in its own place. With Dread Delusion, you either meet it where it is, or you don't. The first thing that you will notice with Dread Delusion is its very distinct art style. At first, I won't lie, it could put you off from the game entirely. It's got that retro aesthetic, that low poly, kind of PS1, early 2000s look to it. And it approaches this in a way that most modern video games in that style just don't bother to go to, because it's not doing it in the way of nostalgia. It almost feels like the world was intentionally built in this style, like this is how everything is supposed to appear. It's got a lot of vibrant colors clashing with one another. The environments feel desolate and barren in some cases, but not in a bad way. It's more like the quiet apocalypse, like the world had moved on from its scars that had cut it so deep. It's almost as if the game is giving you ample time to think and really take in its world and atmosphere. After a while, it stops feeling simple and starts feeling very intentional in the way that things are designed. I won't lie to you, in my first playthrough, the world is what really got me hooked. It didn't feel designed, it felt like something that you, the player character, just happened to stumble into. There are floating land masses that comprise the world. You don't play on a planet like a traditional game. That has been completely destroyed. It is a wasteland. There are broken structures and relics of history that have long been forgotten, but are still somehow standing, just barely. You have these places that feel very important, that have history built into it, but the game doesn't go and directly explain why. It gives you tidbits, just little tiny pieces that you have to try and put together on your own. That's kind of the point. You're not supposed to be the center of everything here. You're just allowed to exist within it. And there's something really beautiful about what Dread Delusion has been able to accomplish in this almost dreamlike aesthetic and style. And that's something you really don't see a lot of nowadays. Dread Delusion nails the atmosphere and the world building so well that it really does feel like its own unique place. And this is where I think the pieces start to fall together, because right now most games are trying to hold on to your attention as long as they can. They don't want you to get bored, they don't want you to leave and move on to the next big shiny thing. So everything is louder, faster, and it's much more heavily guided in its direction. Dread Delusion does the exact opposite. It slows things down. It breaks things into tiny pieces that you're able to digest and fully comprehend. It just lets you exist within that world. Another major part of Dread Delusion is the music. That is so major in the way that it influences you, the player, and the emotions tied to the game. Because it's not trying to control how you feel with traditional music, like in a horror game, how something might be very tense and you feel like there's this pressure building inside you. It's not like that. It's not trying to control that aspect. It's something more akin to Minecraft, how there's this ambience that fades in and out as you continue to progress throughout the game. I've had moments where I've just stopped playing completely just to sit down and really take everything in, because it really is a beautiful soundtrack. And it feels as if the world itself was speaking to you, as if you were to hold still long enough that this is what it would be trying to communicate. This somber sadness, yet hopeful music that pushes you to move forward and continue on with the story. It's something that I would describe as hauntingly beautiful. Another thing that really makes me fall in love with Dread Delusion is the storytelling, and it does it in a way that's very subtle. You're not getting constant, useless dialogue or just having to press A all the time like in Pokemon. No. People don't fully explain things here, and a lot of the things that are explained are just implications. They're just implied. Instead of that being frustrated, it somehow makes everything feel more real, like everyone has their own slightly different perspective on what had happened and what the future might hold. Because just like real life, everyone is going to be different and have their own unique opinions. You know, you could be playing the same game and come out with two completely different experiences. And that's part of what makes Dread Delusion so beautiful and what it's trying to accomplish. It does make things feel more real because you're piecing it together yourself. When I was playing, there was this moment where I was just standing on one of the floating islands and I was just looking out at everything, taking in the music. I wasn't thinking about the objectives or the missions that I needed to complete to move forward with the quests. I was just there in the moment. And you really don't get a lot of those experiences from games. So you really have to cherish those moments when you get them. And I think that's the part that we don't really talk about. Games never stopped being a form of art. We just got used to them being products. Everything is now based around engagement, constant progression, and microtransactions. But it does make it much easier to forget that games are there to make you feel something. And that's why Dread Delusion stuck with me so much. Not because it's perfect, and there are a lot of flaws with this game, but there is so much charm and great world building and atmosphere that those issues, they could be ignored. Now, some more serious than others. I did get soft locked in my first playthrough in the Endless Realm, so if you are going to play the game, I'm just going to recommend that you go see the Endless Duchess like straight away. Otherwise, you might get soft locked. So yeah, it's definitely not perfect by any means, but everything about Dread Delusion makes me want to come back to this world again. It feels like it's trying to express something that is greater than the sum of its parts. And it's not just trying to sell you something. I don't know if I would recommend this video game to everyone, but if you are someone who wants to take a chance or explore something that is completely alien to you, something that you maybe wouldn't have expected to take a turn to, then this is going to be one of those games. And it's one of those experiences that really have you reflect over it once you're all said and done with everything. I think video games have always been art. We just don't give them the space to let them showcase why. My name is Deltah. I'll see you around.